welcome to Storytelling with Jothirmoy. I hope you people are living the finest. Today I am going to show you good people my book haul of November. And another thing, all the books included in this book haul is hardcover. Since I buy hardcover occasionally, so this haul is a massive deal for me. The first one I want to show you is this one, Mossad, the greatest missions of the Israeli secret force. I always liked thrillers or mysteries, these sort of books, but this book is completely non-fiction, filled with different interesting facts, historical data, secret espionage of Israeli secretive intelligence agency, this type of. The Israeli author duo Michael Bar-Zohar and Nishim Mishal did a tremendous job documenting everything, giving us a crystal clear idea about deep surveillance background of Israeli security force and why they are superior compared to any other countries in the world in case of reconnaissance. One of my seniors from my hostel recommended me to read this book, but to be honest, for no reason that plan didn't work out. Since this time I collected a copy of this very book, I think this time I will be able to read as well. The second one is of course my personal favorite. This is Rita Hayward and Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King. You might hear of the great Stephen King. Is an incredible storyteller infused with a sense of right and wrong and good and evil. In fact, his writing style is very much composed of family crisis, the mystery of the unknown, and the yearning to the belongings. That's why Stephen King is a very unique than any other contemporary writer. First of all, how many of you have watched The Shawshank Redemption? Grabbing the top position of IMDb greatest of all time list, this very movie was released in 1994 and directed by Frank Darabont, who is also directed masterpieces like The Green Mile and The Mist. Also, you might know that the movie was starred by Tim Robbins and my hero, I actually adore him so much, by Morgan Freeman. This masterpiece movie was based on this very book, Rita Hayward and Shawshank Redemption, which is eventually a novella. You might know the basic difference between a short stories and a novella. A novella is much bigger and lengthier than short stories, but way much smaller than a complete novel. You might know the basic difference. However, let me talk about the plot of this book. This book revolves around a unjustly imprisoned convict, Andy Dufresne, who seeks an incredible but satisfying revenge. Overall, this is a mesmerizing tale of an unjust imprisonment and an offbeat escape. This iconic Stephen King novella, populated by a cast of unforgettable characters, is may I say in few words, is suspenseful, mysterious, and also heart-wrenching. The next book I want to introduce to you guys is that Jaya, an illustrated retelling of Mahabharata written by Devdutt Patanayak, who is an respected figure in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. Jaya is a retelling of Hindu scripture Mahabharata with a few newly added ingredients to make it an appetizing dish for the mind. The recital of Mahabharata is represented into 18 sections and 108 chapters, accompanied by artistic but straightforward Madhubani influenced line drawings and author's notes and deduction based on the and different historical and scientific facts, which was really great and worth reading. The story is narrated by Astika, who is also a descendant of the Pandavas, who has ordered to kill all the snakes in his land. Another thing I have to mention is that this book also contains a summary of the Holy scripture of Hindus, the Bhagavad Gita, which makes it very accessible and easy for the commoner to read this complex book, which averages this complex book into a simple form. The next one is this one, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Actually, to be honest, I am very fond of this book, as well as the great Alexander Dumas. As you might know, he is also author of masterpieces like The Three Musketeers, The Man in the Iron Mask, or The Borgias. They are all-time classic books. That's why I adore him so much. He is way out of comparison. He is beyond comparison. According to many, including me, this book is arguably the most incredible revenge story ever told. This book has it all. It has love, sex, drugs, mysteries, actions, everything. In fact, for all of this development, the main protagonist of this book, is one of the greatest heroes of literature until now. In fact, the way he shows his patience for exacting his revenge is truly admirable, to say honestly. The novel starts with a scenic overlook of Italian waterways in Marseilles. The story carries about that. There was a long, huge ship named Pharaoh. In that ship, there was our main protagonist, Edmond Dantes, who was a young, dashing, honest person, returned home with some news that changed his life entirely, with many other surrounding him. In fact, he was falsely accused of traitorous activities, and that's why he was sentenced to be imprisoned in an island off the coast of Marseilles. As a result, you might guess that he was forced to leave his friends, family, and the love of his life, Mercedes. Marvelous tale unfolds the life inside the prison as well as the outer world of the prison, as Dantes made an dashing and tantalizing approach to escape the prison with the help of an old mannered preacher. Though this is only the beginning of this very novel, as the story approaches, you can see how Dante changes the life of others who was lucky enough to fall on his life eventually. This book is filled to the brim with different treacherous plot, murder, mystery, this sort of thing, and also engulfed with young love, passion, and families filled with the sense that the blood is always thicker than water. Here comes the final one, The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Fyodor Dostoevsky is undoubtedly one of the finest writers ever lived. Literary modernism, existentialism, various branches of psychology, also theology, and most importantly, literary criticisms have been very much shaped by his ideas, which was really great. His words are often termed as prophetic because he was very much accurate how Russian revolutionaries would behave if they come into power, which was he was very accurate in this prediction. He was also regarded as a journalist for his work in that time of Russia. Fyodor Dostoevsky's another magnum opus was Crime and Punishment, which also I had in my collection. It took about 1 month, one entire month to finish this book. After finishing this book, I can say one word: the writing of Fyodor Dostoevsky is no way an easy one. Rather, it is very complex that you might think that you are trapped inside an enigma. You are trapped inside an never-ending maze. That's metaphor I can use for Fyodor Dostoevsky writing style, which is very complex, but it is worth reading. Dostoevsky's name has become synonymous with psychological profundity. You might know the depth and the contradictoriness of his heroes are sometimes so massive that the systematic psychological theories are often looked swallowed by comparison. Many theorists, especially psychologists, most notably Sigmund Freud, tried to claim Fyodor Dostoevsky as his predecessor. In fact, his sense of evil and love for freedom and justice made Fyodor Dostoevsky especially relevant in this century of world war, mass murder, and totalitarianism. This is everything I had to say for today. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. If you really like my content, you can send me kudos by clicking the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you won't miss my upcoming